In the quaint town of San Lorenzo, nestled amid the picturesque landscapes of Spain, the library of the Monastery of San Lorenzo de el Escorial stood as a timeless bastion of knowledge. The air carried the weight of centuries, and the walls echoed with the whispers of ancient manuscripts and forgotten tales. Among the legends woven into the fabric of the monastery, none sent shivers down the spine quite like the tale of two girls, Maria and Isabella, who ventured into the labyrinthine corridors of the library one ominous night. The grand wooden doors of the monastery creaked open, revealing the imposing entrance hall of the library. Maria and Isabella, their curiosity aflame, stepped into the hallowed halls, their footsteps echoing through the vaulted ceilings. The dim light cast eerie shadows on the ancient shelves, which held volumes as old as the monastery itself. The girls, clad in shawls against the evening chill, shared a sense of trepidation as they ventured deeper into the labyrinth of knowledge. The architecture seemed to shift subtly behind them, and they turned a corner only to find the passage they had just traversed replaced by another, identical in every way. The monastery's library, it seemed, was a living entity, rearranging its corridors with a mind of its own. A soft laughter, haunting and spectral, resonated through the labyrinth. Maria and Isabella exchanged uneasy glances, their breath visible in the cold air. Each step they took seemed to resonate with the pulse of the library itself. The tomes on the shelves, ancient and weathered, seemed to watch them with eyes unseen, following their every move. The dim glow of a lantern beckoned them further into the heart of the library. The girls hesitated, their gazes lingering on the shifting shelves around them. A presence, darker than the shadows, lingered in the corridors. Unseen eyes stared, and whispers emanated from the ancient manuscripts, growing into a sinister chant that reverberated through the ancient halls. As Maria and Isabella pressed on, the architecture led them to a forgotten chamber hidden behind layers of shifting corridors. In the center of this chamber stood an ornate pedestal, upon which rested a foreboding book bound in cracked leather. The insignia on its cover seemed to pulse with malevolent energy. Drawn to the book like moths to a flame, the girls hesitated before its ancient cover. The leather felt cold and cracked beneath their fingers, and the insignia seemed to emanate a pulsing heat. With trembling hands, Maria opened the book, revealing pages filled with inscriptions in a language unknown to mortal tongues. As the first incantations left Maria's lips, the monastery groaned, its corridors shifting with purpose. The room seemed to come alive, walls pulsating like a heartbeat. Suddenly, the entrance was nowhere to be found, replaced by endless shelves closing in on the girls like the embrace of a monstrous entity. The whispers grew louder, manifesting into grotesque shadows that danced along the walls. Panic set in, and the girls attempted to flee, but the shifting labyrinth had them ensnared. Each step led them deeper into the abyss, the malevolent presence closing in from all sides. In the heart of the library, an evil force stirred, awakened by the incantation. Its presence oozed from the walls, forming a grotesque figure that materialized before Maria and Isabella. Eyes like twin orbs of hellfire fixated on them, freezing them in terror. The entity spoke, its voice a symphony of nightmares. "You have awakened that which should remain dormant, mortals. The price for your curiosity is servitude. Welcome to my eternal prison, where shadows dance and nightmares take form." With those words, the walls closed in further, trapping the girls in a suffocating embrace. The shelves whispered unspeakable horrors, and the darkness swallowed them whole. Maria and Isabella screamed, their voices lost in the wicked cacophony. Days turned to nights, and nights turned to eternity as they became one with the twisted corridors of the monastery. Their faces twisted into grotesque masks, their eyes vacant pools of despair. They wandered the shifting labyrinth, forever tormented by the echoes of the malicious force they had unleashed. The once peaceful library of the Monastery of San Lorenzo de el Escorial, now a living nightmare, continued to draw unsuspecting souls into its depths. The twisted whispers of Maria and Isabella lingered, warning those who dared to tread too close. The evil entity at the heart of the library reveled in its newfound power, feeding on the fear and despair of those trapped in its eternal maze. And so, the legend of the haunted library persisted, a cautionary tale whispered among the townsfolk of San Lorenzo. The ancient wooden doors stood closed, bearing silent witness to the dark secrets concealed within. The monastery waited, hungry for more souls to join the chorus of tormented whispers that echoed through its cursed halls. The question remained, would anyone ever escape the clutches of the malevolent entity that dwelled at the heart of the shifting labyrinth?